Hi everybody, this is the tutorial for Too Much. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. To play the song the easiest, we need a capo on the first fret. If you're in need of a capo, there is a link to one in the description below, so feel free to check that out. However, digging into the start of the song, we need 4 chords. We'll talk through them first and then how to strum and the structure afterwards. Now the first chord we need is an A minor chord, which in reference to the capo is an open A string, 2 on the D and G, like I said this is in reference to the capo, 1 on the B, and an open E. We won't play the low E string for this one. The second chord we need is a C major chord. Now if you're pretty new to the guitar, you can go from A minor to C by moving just one finger. Keep this finger the same, keep this finger the same. Your ring finger is going to go up to fret 3 on the A string. And that is a C major chord. We're still not playing this E string here, but just to go over the numbers, 3 on the A, 2 on the D, an open G, 1 on the B, and an open E string. That's your second of the 4 chords, C major. Chord number 3 is F major. Now, F major and C major have similar shapes, so again, if you're relatively new, we can have some easy movements. So this finger, leave that where it is for now. These 2 fingers are going to both move down a string each. So this goes from the D string to the G. This string goes from the A to the D. 3, 2. Now this finger is going to be flat on the bottom 2 strings. And if we play the bottom 4 strings all together, we get F major, which is 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 1 on the B and E. We're not playing the E and A strings. Now that is a pretty hard chord to play. Especially for beginners who are not used to F. F is regarded as one of the more awkward chords to play. If you find the flat finger and curved finger idea to be quite hard, what you could get away with, which works fine with the track, is not flattening this finger and just putting it on fret 1 of the B string. And if you play the bottom 4 strings where the E string is now open, you get technically an F major 7 chord, which will still work well with the track. So up to now, the 3 of the 4 chords are A minor, C, F or F major 7, depending on which version you prefer. The last chord that we need is a G major chord. And G major is 3 on the E string, 2 on the A, 0, 0, 0 on the D, G and B, and the last note is 3 on the E string. Some of you may know G major, which includes your ring finger on fret 3 of the B string. Both versions of G, it's almost the same thing. So use whichever version of G that you're comfortable with. So let's talk about strumming. We have A minor to C, F and G. And what happens is the A minor to C goes like this. That C major chord rushes early. It's what we call anticipation. It jumps early. 1, 2 and 3, 4. So it comes in just before that 3rd beat. And all I'm doing is playing down, up constantly for this. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or if you're thinking of down and up strokes, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now when it comes to the F and G major, we're still counting down and ups, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But F to G isn't anticipated, as in it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That G falls on the 3rd beat, so it's not jumping early, unlike the C major chord. So what I'm going to do is play all 4 chords nice and steady so you can see how it all fits together at a slow tempo. I'll do that whilst I'm counting along. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now it's worth mentioning before we talk about the rest of the song, if you're interested in getting the chord chart for this song, which has all of the chords in the correct order for the full song, as well as the chords and lyrics matched up, let's say you want to either play the guitar along with the track or sing along and you need to know which chord goes with which word, then head on over to Patreon. There's a link in the description, and for the price of a coffee, you get access to not only this song, but well over 450 other songs, in fact closer to 500 at this point, of all the latest releases, including a couple of songs from Dove Cameron herself. So yeah, feel free to check that out. In fact, the people on the screen who are my active patrons, they'll get access to this straight away. So thanks to them for their support. More about those guys at the end of the video. Now, another way to strum this, because there's no real guitar part in this, so we can take liberty over how we strum it, we could do things like this, especially in the verse where things are a little bit quieter. And what I was doing there was what we call palm muting. So that means taking this part of your hand, resting it just on this side of the bridging saddle, so you're actually touching the strings to get a partially muted sound. And all I'm doing is playing the same rhythm but mostly down strokes. You could do down and up, but I'm doing down just to create a nice effect. And maybe for the verse, to provide a bit of difference, then you could include that and it just adds a nice texture to your playing. However, when you get to the chorus, that's when you can go full on strumming again and be nice and loud. Because the kicker is, for this song, it is the same 4 chords over and over and over until the cows come home. Now, during the bridge, there's a part where it's just vocals, no guitar or anything, and that's just for a couple of times round, so you would just stop and wait for a couple of times and then go back to the chords. That's the only other difference to this song. I'll give you one more strumming pattern that you could use just to add a bit of variety to your playing. That might sound really nice. Let's say if you don't want to do the palm muting or the full-on strumming, you could do this. Which is down, down, up, up, down, up. And then on the F and G, down, down, up, down, down, up. So let's do that slowly a couple of times so you can see how that all fits together. So hopefully those different strumming patterns over those same 4 chords over and over and over will provide a little bit of difference to make this song sound really interesting if you were to do a guitar version of the song. And that's everything you need to get through this song. So if you did find it useful, please do like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. But also consider getting the extra material over on Patreon. So thanks to the people on the screen who are my active patrons. And thank you for watching the video. And I'll catch you in the next video.